The global music industry is worth $43 billion, but only 12% of that revenue is going to artists. Compare that to the NBA, where players are getting 50% of the total revenue. Artists are really the backbone of the music industry, so I think they should be getting up to 50% of the pie as well. What's going to allow this shift to happen is blockchain technology. So in this video, I'm going to talk to you about Web 3.0 and how artists like me and you can use this tech to make more money. Here are some headlines from this year. Blau makes $11 million on an NFT drop. Don Diablo sells a concert NFT for $1.2 million. Smaller artists like Josh Pan and Oshi have each made over $10,000 in 1 minute with their song releases on a new platform called sound.xyz. And the decentralized streaming platform Audius has hit 6 million monthly active users. But to understand all this, we need to look at how the music industry has worked in the past. Let's look at 3 examples: Michael Jackson, Avicii, and 2 Friends. When Michael Jackson wanted to release a song, these were all the people that were involved. You have the artist, Michael, the songwriters, producers, mix engineer, mastering engineer, manager, publicist, lawyers, the record label, the physical distributors distributing the CDs, the performance rights organizations, and then the fans. If you're counting the employees of the record label and distributors, you literally needed hundreds of people to connect Michael Jackson to his fans. So you can imagine how much value went to those middlemen instead of the artist himself. So after this era, over the next couple of decades, we have all this amazing technology come out. Computers, the internet, and the advent of streaming services not only changed the way music was consumed, but also the way music was made. Let's take a look at what a typical Avicii release would look like around 2013. You have the artist Avicii, a vocalist, manager, publicist, lawyers, record label, streaming platforms, performance right organizations, and fans. So notice the shift this new technology enabled here. Avicii could be an artist, songwriter, producer, and sound engineer all at the same time using computer software. The problem is the music industry kept all the gatekeepers, middlemen, and business practices from the pre-streaming era. They forced the existing system onto this new streaming technology. So let's take a look at a more modern example, 2 Friends. They're self-releasing their music, which more and more artists are doing now. Here's what one of their releases might look like. You have the artist, vocalist, manager, distributor, streaming platforms, and then fans. So we've been trending in the right direction, cutting out more middlemen between the artists and fans as time goes on. The problem is the streaming platforms have so many costs to run their businesses that there's not much left over for the artists. In order to distribute music from the major record labels, Spotify had to sign insanely complicated contracts that guarantee the labels massive advances and other benefits. And it's not a very democratic platform when Spotify has to give major label releases special playlist placement and promotion. Anyway, after all these costs, what's left over for the artist is only 1/3 of a cent per stream. Obviously, you can't make a living off that, so artists just use music as a loss leader to make money from touring and merchandise. So today we're finally on to the next step in this journey to connect artists and fans. The future of releasing music looks like this. The only thing that should be standing between artists and fans is the lines of computer code that enable that online connection. Blockchain technology is what's going to allow us to make that happen. A blockchain is a system that's run by many computers that are spread out around the world. All of these computers together maintain a digital ledger system that records transactions. When you think of these transactions on the blockchain, you might think of one person sending Bitcoin to another person. But these transactions don't have to be financial transactions. A transaction is simply an exchange of information between computers. So a transaction could be someone pressing play to stream a song, or an artist uploading a song to the network. Let's look at how decentralized music streaming would work, and then we'll jump into the big buzzword NFTs. First, let's look at how music streaming works on Web 2, the current version of the internet. So I finish a song and upload it to a distributor like TuneCore. The distributor acts as a bridge between me and all of the streaming platforms. So it sends my song and the associated metadata to Spotify. Spotify hosts all of its data on Google Cloud, so technically my song is stored in data centers across the world that are owned by Google. Now my song is out in the world and fans are starting to listen to it. Each of those fans are paying $10 each to use Spotify. So Spotify has this massive pool of money coming in every month from 170 million people that are paying $10 each. First, they have to cover all of the costs it takes to run their business. Then they can divide up the remaining money based on streaming data. So they take this data about how many streams your song has gotten versus the rest of the songs on the platform, and then they pay out the money to TuneCore. Then TuneCore pays out that money to me. This whole process is pretty inefficient. It takes months to get paid for people listening to your music. Now let's take a look at what music streaming looks like on Web3. I finish a song and upload it to a decentralized music platform that's hosted on different computers around the world. A fan can go onto the platform and click play on my song. When that fan hits play on my song, a small royalty payment could go directly from their digital wallet into mine. I could get paid immediately with cryptocurrency. Also, less value is getting lost to the middlemen like Spotify, Google Cloud, TuneCore, and record labels. In a decentralized music platform, all of that value is getting transferred directly from the fans to the artists. One of the platforms that's already working on this technology is Audius. They have the potential to really shake up the streaming industry if they're successful. They've already built a completely functional, decentralized streaming service, which is a pretty incredible technical feat. They're still in the early stages and they're still figuring out how to exactly implement this direct transfer of value from fans to artists, but I'm confident they'll get there if they keep growing. Now, obviously, we have to talk about NFTs and how they fit into the music industry. NFT is the biggest buzzword of this year, and I apologize, but I'm about to say the letters NFT a lot. An NFT is a key that verifies ownership of a unique digital item that lives on a blockchain. When you think of NFTs, you might think of digital art, but that's just the surface value. There's a lot more that can be hidden underneath that. Let's look at a made-up example. Justin Bieber could issue a collection of 1,000 NFTs to drop at the same time as his new album release. And that NFT is acting like a digital key. So let's say if you own one of those NFTs, you get free concert tickets for life, access to VIP meet and greets, and access to a private Justin Bieber fan club on Discord. The best thing about this is if you're buying one of these NFTs, you're not just buying access to the fan club or free concert tickets. You're investing in Bieber himself. You can choose to resell your NFT to someone else in the future, and hopefully you'll get more than you paid for it. So as the fan, you not only got access to all these great things, you also made money off your investment from believing in Justin Bieber. And a lot of electronic artists are out there testing the waters. Blau dropped an NFT collection for his album Ultraviolet and made over $11 million. His NFT holders got a signed vinyl copy of the album, access to unreleased music, and the highest bidder even gets to collaborate on a song with him. How much underlying value and access an NFT holder gets is totally up to the artist. NFTs are really a tool to monetize your biggest fans. They're not really competing with streaming services like Audius. They're exclusive drops that can be done alongside a song or album release. Sound.xyz is one of these platforms that's trying to help artists better monetize their fan base through NFT drops. On their platform, an artist releases 25 NFTs alongside a song release. The NFTs are numbered in the order that they're purchased and allow the holders to leave a public comment on the song. So fans are incentivized to be early so they can show their support for an artist. If the artist grows a lot over the next few years, then that NFT will become more valuable. So the fan will get rewarded for their early support of an artist. This platform is really just starting. They've done 15 NFT drops for 15 different artists so far. Each of the drops has sold out in under 1 minute, making each of those artists over $10,000 in 1 minute. If you're signed to a record label, it would take over 10 million Spotify streams to make that much money off of a release. We're really just scratching the surface here. I haven't even talked about social tokens, which could essentially allow you to trade your favorite artists like stocks. There are a lot of problems and technical challenges that need to happen until we get to this idealistic future, but I want this to be an ongoing conversation about this new technology and how more artists can use it to make a living off their music. Look at how many startups are working on this just in the music space. The music industry is broken, and this is the first time I've actually seen a viable way to fix it.